Hello, thought I'd have a look at another Hornby model today, and this is the Class 47 in the Railroad Plus range. And this is fitted with the HM7000 TTX, so I thought I'd have a sort of see what more of a basic model is, but with the high quality sound. Okay, so I'll just see if we can get this to focus without too much reflections. So this is the Hornby R30321TXS, and this is the Class 47 Herbert Austin in the Railfreight Distribution Sector, triple grey with the Triplex Sound. And these are really good value actually. So, and I think the tooling, I think it said was the Lima 2006 tooling. So let's get this locomotive out and have a look. And there's loads of places selling these on at the moment. I got this for under £100. It's taped down in multiple places. I would prefer if it was, wasn't like that so much, but okay. So they do have some. So we have some nameplates and builder's plates actually etched, which is a really nice feature. Does this have holes in the back? Yeah. Okay. And we've got some paperwork as well that comes with this. So we have the Class 47 sound Bluetooth manual, and that's basically saying just connecting a power supply to the track, what all your sound functions are. So it'd be interesting to see what this does sound like. I heard the TTS ones in the past, several years back, and they weren't always the best. So we've got the operating instructions there, and that tells you how to remove the body, oiling points, and the speaker, how that's fitted. So it looks like not a sugar cube speaker, which I would have expected, so maybe it's not going to be as good sound as I expect. But let's see. One thing I will notice after been handling a lot of these heavier locomotives, this is very light. Doesn't feel a great deal of weight. Obviously there must be a weight in the middle somewhere. But first impressions, I think this actually looks quite a nice locomotive. It's got an interior on the cabs. You get some nice detail on the roof there. So, and a very good paint job on this. So, actually looks pretty good. So, I think having a good look under the white background would really give a good impression of this model. Well, you get sprung buffers now, which I knew this model wouldn't have them, because it really is just the Lima, the last of the Lima Class 47s with a better motor system and a better paint job actually. So I know the Lima 47s was a very good quality model. Anyway, let's go up to the white background and have a good close look. And I think this looks a pretty good model from the first real looks at it. So let's get in a bit closer and let's have a look around the model. And I do think that is a very nice crisp lines on the paint there. you do get quite a good paint job on these Railroad Plus. And I think this Railfreight Distribution shows this livery off quite nice. And it's like really applied nice. So let's have a look at these nameplates that's already fitted. And as you can see, there is quite nice nameplates there. And obviously you've got the etch ones that you can apply as well. So and just getting in that a little bit closer, you get some looks like separately fitted handrails there. Or are they moulded? I can't quite tell. So they do look good. You know, obviously the door handle's just painted in. So looking at the front of the logo, we don't have any detailing parts to actually apply to these, so it is exactly what you get. Obviously you could buy extra detailing parts if you wanted, but yeah, the wipers are just part of the moulded glass, but do actually look quite nice and fine, and it does actually look quite good. One thing that really does spoil it is actually the coupling. It's still quite a chunky coupling on these. It's obviously attached to the bogie, so I'll have a look at the coupling and see what they actually look like. And then if we do have a look at the bogie there, you see we've got some nice moulded detail there. And you've got the battery box. I assume that's what it is. And then we've got the opposite end of the locomotive, and I wonder if these are actually lights. I don't think they are, but we'll see. Didn't actually read if these have got lights, but you've got a coupling hook. Quite basic looking. And there is some cab interior. Let me see if I can get to view that. So I think you can see some of the seats inside there. Let's have a look, see if we can see any more details from the side. And there's not a huge amount I can really show you. It is all moulded detail, but it's always nice to have a proper interior on these cabs. And just looking around on the roof, it is all moulded detail, but it is actually done quite nicely. And you do get, like with this paint job there, it's like it really does make it look like it's more separate fitted details. Obviously on a more high-end model you would see the proper fans rather than just moulded, but for quite an old tooling, it actually is looking quite good still. So you can see with the bogie and the coupling there, and the coupling is on an M pocket, so you could change these quite a large D-type coupling really for a modern loco, but I suppose it's been built to use older sort of wagons as well, so it's a bit of a compromise, I think. What I will do is I'll put that back in when I've got a little bit more space, but have a look at the bogie there. So that's the non-powered bogie, and it's exactly the same coupling on that side. Got the powered bogie here, and as you can see, There is traction tyres on there, so which I'm not a fan of, and most people don't particularly like them anymore because there's obviously extra maintenance on your track, and traction tyres do wear out. But this model's not really about what detail is fitted, because we know it's not going to be the highest level of detail. It's really how well it runs and how well it sounds, because you don't really buy one of these just to display. You really want this one running and sounding good on your layout. So I think that's the next step, to try and get it set up and see how easy it is to set up as well. So I've got the manual out, and the first step really using the manual, it says Bluetooth only control, or you've got a second step with DCC and Bluetooth control. And so it basically is saying that just on here that you can just plug straight into DCC and it will just work without having to download the app or anything like that. Obviously the app allows you to do a lot more, so I'm going to get the app on the phone as well and get that to work, but I'm just going to just using a Bachmann DCC controller. I'm going to just see if this actually works. So I need to just set in the loco address, so obviously it's a brand new loco, default address 3. And do we have any lights? Let's see. The answer is no. So we don't have any lighting on this model. I wasn't expecting any lighting actually. But, do we have sound? Let's sounds okay, a little bit not quite as good as other sound modules that I've heard, but I'd probably say that's down to a poor quality speaker. So I'm going to actually just turn the sounds off for a minute and then we'll run it with the sounds on again. But I want to see if it actually works first. Okay, do we have movement? Let's see what we get. And that seems to be running fine. Now do we go in the other direction? I would say it's not the quietest of models. It seems to run okay. A little bit more speed. Let's have a hit the stop button there. Right at the end of the test layout. Let's just bring this back to the middle. Okay, so straight out the box, it all works. You get sound, and it all works straight away on DCC, so you don't have to have the Bluetooth app or anything like that. It will just work for you. Obviously there is maybe some advantages with the Bluetooth app, so easily to write and view your CV settings. You could even load different profiles on if you wanted to. So if you want to take this chip out and put it into another locomotive, it should work. But let's see how this goes over the points. Can't really see this having any problems really. Let me just back up. There we go. Now let's go. I won't go too quick. Let's have a slightly slower run back. But there shouldn't be any problems going through second radius. And it does make a little bit of a noise, as you could probably hear. So let's just show you what the crawl is like straight out of the box, just on the DCC. Okay, let's go forwards on the first speed step. Seems to run okay. Little bit jerky, but it's not too bad. See what we're like in the other direction. Just the noise is a little bit off-putting really. But yeah, I mean you get a reasonable crawl. Let's get some sounds on and just see what it sounds like moving off. Let's have a blast of the horn. Okay, so what if I want to control this via Bluetooth? So let's I've downloaded the app, so I'm just going to have a quick look at the instruction. So it says, so I want to use this one on DCC and Bluetooth control. So it should say Bluetooth mode will also work while powered through a DCC controller by altering CV12 to value of 2. So let's have a look at CV12. So I've got this set to, I'll just program it. And the locomotive just shot off in one direction very briefly. So let's see if we can control this via the Bluetooth. So I have the app, I'm going to just scan. And we've got one straight away ready to link. Let's just try that. Error, oh, it's scan in progress. Seems to be taking quite a while. And there we go. Bluetooth firmware update required. HM firmware update required. So you can't just straight away get on. And we just had the a blast of the horn for some unknown reason. So I'm going to do a I think you start the update there. So I'm going to get this updated. Okay, that didn't take too long, just about a minute or so, and that's all done. So we can fetch and import the latest locomotive profile map. So do we want to do that? Let's I think we'll say yes to that. And has that all imported? I think so. So now we should be able to run Bluetooth. So let's just see if we've got some movement. No. So I've got the right locomotive. Okay, I've got a different locomotive there because I do have another. But yeah, that all seems to be working there. And what about some sounds then? So we can then start the engine from here. And it's easier to see what all your buttons do. Obviously, I tried the lights earlier and we don't have any of those. We've got multiple horns on one, and then you've got the brakes. You got your diesel notch up. And you've got your notch down. And then we can put it back to the idle. We've also got somebody putting the foot down as a thrash. Let's go back to idle. And you've got more sounds on the second screen. Compressor, cooling fans. You get some flange squeal for going around on the curves. And you've got carriage brake squeal as well. And what do you get on the third screen? So you've got auxiliary lighting, you've got creep mode, so it says as you're holding it, it will creep forward, and then you've got an automated function. So if you use the automated function, it should then, let's go back this way. You should I seem to have it going the opposite direction to my DCC controller. One thing I've noticed, you don't get the brake squeal when you're actually stopping the locomotive, so I release the brakes. We did get it then. Okay, that all seems to be quite nice and easy. What do we get? So you can have Bluetooth or DCC. You can change some acceleration rates. And then you've got no CV data. Okay. Let's just refresh that. And then you've got options to change a lot more CVs, so you can change your voltage start speed to get a lot slower crawls. So let's just try pull that down a little bit. Let's do that. Pull that down to something like 150, and then let's have a look. So let's just go back to the controls. Right, I think So I'm just on the lowest speed setting there, and we get roughly about the same crawl, and seem to have stopped, and it's lost DC Bluetooth link. Now has that just lost power? So I don't know whether it just lost power or it just lost the link to there. So I'm just going to okay, it seems to have lost connection again. So are we on those points or something like that? Wasn't doing that on just DCC, so let's stop that. This is where a stay alive would be much more useful, and for about 10 pence Hornby could have fitted one. So let's just stop this engine, because I'm getting fed up with the sounds off this at the moment, and it's not connecting for me to stop and start it. So I'm going to just shut the layout down. Okay, so a little bit buggy still. So when I was using the app and I lost connection, I had to close the app down, restart it all back up before it would actually find the locomotive again, before I could actually stop the sound. So that is just a little bit annoying if it keeps doing things like that. So I think it actually runs better if you're using it just on normal DCC. Decided to move this back onto just DCC, and it actually works better, I think, via the DCC controller. So in my opinion, I'll just have a quick just see how much this does weigh. It doesn't feel overly heavy, so 250. So I wonder what the Lima one actually weighs. Now, I thought I'd have a look and see what actual speaker is fitted in this, and I think, remember on the Lima models you do have to just take the buffer stops out, I think anyway, not sure, but I'll probably take them out and not need to. So maybe I should just have a quick look at the instructions, because I can't remember. Yes, it does say remove the buffer stops, like on the old Lima models. I don't like the sound of that. Just twist it gently. Don't want to break anything. There we go. And then this should just clip. So it should just clip on and off. I seem to obviously, as it's quite new, there we go. It seems to be freeing itself up a little bit better now. There. And as you can see, it's just, the chip is just sort of loosely fitted, just a little bit of tape holding that down to the old 8-pin. And there is a decent speaker there, Sugar Cube one, with a good enclosure, but sound quality, I would say, isn't the greatest. You've just got your single power bogey there. But it's okay. And obviously, if you decided you wanted to put this chip into another model, you could then load a different profile onto this. So you do, in theory, have quite a good value, because I think these chips are probably about £60 anyway. So for really the price, you're probably getting the loco for £40 and the chip for 60. So if you just wanted to run this on just normal DCC or DC, I'm going to just get all this body back on. So, but you can, I'll just let you see on the inside, you've got the cab detail there. Obviously, if you wanted to put any people in, you can pop that out, and you'd have to chop the legs off to get them to fit in, but that's not too drastic. And just get these buffer stops back on. Right, they seem to go on a lot easier than they came out. I said that, just as I said that, this one's a very, very tight fit. I just don't want to damage any of them, bend them or anything like that, but okay, that's all that back together. And a quick overview then of this Hornby Class 47 in the Lima tooling. Yeah, I mean, it's good value for money, and also obviously quite a good value for play value with the sounds and everything. It's not the highest quality sound, I wouldn't say, on the Class 47. I would have said I've heard better, but it's still not bad, and if you want a budget sound locomotive, this is a good way to go forward and a good start into DCC sound. I wasn't keen on the app, and I've tried another locomotive a couple of days ago, and because I got a chip, and I just thought I'd just try chipping a locomotive, and I had a couple of bugs with that one where it dropped the Bluetooth. And I wouldn't say it's my phone or anything like that, because it works perfectly fine on anything else on Bluetooth. So I'm not convinced the Bluetooth control is the best way to use these, but I would say other people's may vary. But I think running it on DCC is the best method. So I'm going to get this all put back away in its box, ready for another outing in the future. So, and we've got all the guides there, so they can go in the bottom of the box. And where was this tucked in? I'm going to pop that just inside there, so I don't lose those etched name plates, because that is a very nice feature to have. Yeah. And then just make sure I've got paperwork and I've left the other piece of paper, look, it's just in the other room where the layout is. So I will go and fetch that before I seal all the box. But yes, I do recommend this sort of model if you are on a budget and you cannot spend the sort of money that Bachmann are asking. Obviously, I think if you want the Bachmann sound one, you're going to be paying sort of double the price of this and more. So I think the non-sound version is almost double the price of this. So, but that's really your choice. And thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Have a good evening or a good rest of the day and take care.